The sci-fi film The Fifth Element is a great movie in my opinion, from the story to the characters, even the costumes. This is certainly one of the best films of the late 1990s. Man, what an interesting film this one is. So the story of The Fifth Element is Corbin Dallas, he's a taxi driver and a former Special Forces major. And so when a young woman falls into his taxi, then he has to put four mystical stones together along with Lilo in order to save Earth from being destroyed by another planet. Over the last 25 years since this movie been out, I enjoyed this one. The acting, the characters, the set designs, it all comes together to make one iconic movie. Seriously, the characters, they're intriguing because their personalities fit the tone of this universe. And it's not just that, but this is also a love story as well. Plus, this movie is pretty funny, especially when it comes to the character Ruby Rod.
Here he is, the one and only winner of the Gemini Croquette Contest. This boy is fused like fire. So start melting, ladies, because the boy is hotter than hot. He's hot, hot, hot. Women and looking all night long. All night long, all night. Stop it. What? What's that about?
Just shut up and count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Seriously, Ruby Rod is without question the funniest character in this movie. And it's not just the mere fact that this movie has comedy aspects to it, but we see Dallas Corbin, he's trying to save the world. We see him with Lilo and these two other people. And well, it gives his life a sense of purpose considering he was just driving a taxi cab before Lilo came into his life. And then there are the themes that are presented in this movie. Literally, one part of the film, Lilo says, what's the point of saving life when you see what you do with it? Especially when she finds out about war and the terrible atrocities that mankind have put on themselves throughout the decades. Then there's the theme of political corruption, and we see that all throughout the film. And honestly, these are themes in this movie that are relatable with what's going on in today's world. Nonetheless, though, at the end of the day, this is a classic film in my opinion, and it's still enjoyable even 25 years later. Seriously, how can you not like Ruby Rod's character? Some people I've talked to over the years, they say his character is annoying and he's over the top. Well, that is the character. Chris Tucker did an amazing job. And his over the top eccentric behavior, it works for this film. There are some laugh out moments with this character, and I believe he's one of the best characters in the film. Now, Bruce Willis, he also did a fantastic job playing Dallas Corbin. Like, literally, this is a guy down on his luck. He wants to find the perfect woman, so when Lilo crash lands into his cab, then it changes him for the better. Like, he really professes his love for her in order to save the planet. And it's not just that though, but Lilo, she is a very interesting character. Mila Jovovich, she did a great job considering most of the film she wasn't speaking English in this role. And the chemistry between Dallas and Lilo actually works for this movie. Like I said before, this is a love story as well. Plus, we got some great action scenes in it, like seeing Lilo kick some ass, fighting the aliens, and that scene with the opera. It was done beautifully. And not just that though, but the villain was interesting as well, considering Gary Oldman brought his A game. He's not like one of the best villains I've seen in a sci-fi movie, but he's good enough where he actually presents a threat to our main heroes here. Nonetheless, though, while this film has its quirky charm, this is a movie I enjoy still all these years later. and it is a entertaining sci-fi movie. I'm giving this film an 8 out of 10. The best goofy sci-fi action film that released back in the late 90s. Now, as great as this film is, there are some issues here and there, but I would not call this a boring film, far from it. And for the most part, a lot of people seem to like this film for the quirkiness and just how good the story is. And that's my review of The Fifth Element. Okay, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie. Alright, this is Slim Guy 172 saying, peace out.